right, here we go. Summertime Iseria is dropping. Let's take a quick look at her.
Humid and noisy here. But I never did like the sea. I'd like to return now. I'm putting an end to this. Ever since we arrived, everyone's been a little too excited. We don't have time to mess around.
All right, here she is, Ranger, Fire Ranger, Summertime Iseria, and she looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, she looks actually really decent. I really like the design, even the swords and how the sword is holding up her hat there. Does her background change like Momo? I think it might fade in to that beach scene, right? Once you leave it there long enough. In case you didn't know, Momo's background, her summer one, it actually changes if you leave it on there for a little while. But let's take a look at her stats. Summertime Iseria, she's 115 base speed, so pretty decent base speed for your ranger here. She has effectiveness, 30% effectiveness, imprint concentration, 27% effectiveness. So to me, these stats here, a decent health, kind of a decent attack as well. Survivability defense here, not so great. But to me, she's looking, okay, right away when I saw the stats, I was like, okay, she is a control unit, some type of debuffer, someone that provides some kind of support maybe for your team. But then taking a look at her skills, Summertime Iseria skill 2, suppression attempt. Does not cost any souls to activate the caster's first soul burn. The caster cannot trigger a critical hit, but attack increases by 20%. After an ally, except for the caster, uses an attack that targets all enemies, activates suppress. Can only be activated once every 3 turns. So suppress increases combat readiness of all allies by 15% and plants a bomb on 2 random enemies for 2 turns. So here we go. I heard bomb and I was like, oh no. Her kid, she's gonna be horrible. Bomb mechanic right now in Epic 7 is horrible. But one thing that they did announce is that they're making a bunch of changes to the bomb mechanic. So they're making those changes because they have a limited unit with the bomb mechanic. So they want to make sure that it's good so that people pull on it, right? Right? I don't know. We'll see. Because bomb in the past, people have tried it out and it hasn't been great. However, for this one, you can soul burn for free, pretty much, right? And she can't crit, but she increases her attack by 20%. So right away, that tells me that you want to build her with 0 crit chance, high attack, maybe high defense, high HP, high speed, effectiveness, right? So like a carrot, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see if they ever show us her skill 2 here. And that's the thing, it's 2 random enemies, right? Yeah, okay, so but she still gets countered by Politis, right? Because that's a non-attack skill. So she goes, increases her own attack by, was it 20%, 20 or 30%, and then plant bomb on an enemy. After that, you still have to detonate the bomb, right? You still have to do that. Are you the culprit? This is her skill 1, attacks the enemy with swords with a 60% chance each to dispel 2 buffs. So you have a strip on the S1 pretty much. If you soul burn, grants an extra turn. So essentially it's a free soul burn on her first turn. So you strip and then you get another turn and then you go S2, plant the bombs, right? Let's see if they show us that here. Yeah, I think they do. So she strips, goes, and then goes again. Wait a second. Why is she planting bombs on the S1? Attacks the enemy with swords with a 60% chance to dispel 2 buffs. Maybe she also plants bombs on her S1? Or is it just the passive? Am I thinking that the skill 2 is... Yeah, because it can only be activated once every 3 turns. So she goes with this. I'm not sure how that works. I guess we'll have to find out, right? We'll have to find out. Maybe she also plants bombs with her S1? Because that's what it looks like here, right? She planted a bomb there. Due to Summertime Iseria's skill 2 effect, her first soul burn does not cost any souls. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe she's on her own artifact, and we'll talk about her artifact here in a little bit, and then that's why she's landing bombs on the S1. So her S3 attacks all enemies with swords of flowers, decreasing attack for 2 turns, and increases speed of the caster for 2 turns. At the end of the turn, detonates bombs inflicted on them. So detonates. So she blows them up. So just keep in mind that the bombs are random, right? So it's a random bomb on some of the units, and then you can detonate with the S3. So you could potentially go strip S1, and then you go again if you have the artifact, maybe, which we'll talk about a little bit, and then S3, and then blow them up. I think that's probably what you can do. I don't know. We'll see. Detonate inflicts damage by activating the debuffs inflicted on the enemy. Bomb damage is unaffected by the number of turns. Damage is proportional to the number of turns and number of debuffs. So I'm not quite sure how the bomb mechanic works, like what the damage scaling is. But I mean, we'll take a look to see what the damage is. So they're gonna S3 here. Okay, so let's see. Landy has 1 bomb, right? Depending on what her attack is, she is what, 11k HP? I think that's what it looks like. And she blew him up. She blew him up, but how much damage does she do? 13k. Okay, that 1 bomb did 13k damage. So I'm assuming it scales off of attack. I need to go back and take a look at the bomb mechanic and how that damage scales. But here's her artifact. When a non-critical hit is made after using a basic skill, has a 100% chance to plant a bomb. So more than likely they had her on this artifact and she was landing bombs with her S1. So that's ideally what you would want to run on her if you're going straight bomb mechanic. But I mean, you have to max this out. It is a limited artifact. You have to pull for it. You have to get 6 copies of this artifact to get that 100% chance. Someone like me that's free to play, I'm gonna hope to pull one. If I can't pull one, I'll probably just buy one and then maybe imprint this with powder. But again, this is a non-critical hit. So usually your rangers, you want them to do damage, maybe on SSB, but this has to be on a single attack, right? So it doesn't work on SSB's passive. It doesn't work on her S3. It would only work on her S1. And then even if you're planting bombs with the S1, you can detonate them unless you have someone like Summertime Iseria to detonate those bombs. So I don't know. I don't know about this artifact. It might be good. I'm thinking PvE. Maybe this is going to be good in PvE, but I don't know. We got to see. We got to wait and try her out, but I'm definitely going to be pulling for her. She's going to be here August 26th. So towards the end of the month, so we still have some time to save up bookmarks and then pull for our limited unit. All right, here we go. Last but not least, we're taking a look at Angel of Light, Angelica. And we did get a preview of her, so let's see if we can take a look at her skill here. All right, so I don't know why this is... The S3 is not loading for me for some reason, but she looks really, really nice. She is a mage light unit, and just based on the way that she looks, I'm saying she's kind of like a control, some type of control unit, right? Because of the mage status, Taurus can be iffy. Imprint concentration is effectiveness here. Speed 112, so it's okay. Health, decent health. Defense, it's okay. But the main thing that we want to look at are her skills, right? So she doesn't really have too much survivability. So let's see if there's anything in her kit that can make us want to bring her over any other unit, right? So Guardian of Light, her skill 2, it's immune to stun. So she can get stunned, and when an ally except for the caster is attacked, increases combat readiness of the caster by 8%. For each attacked ally. So she gets a CR push of 8%. The more units that get attacked, the more CR push that she gets. right? So you want to bring her into maybe like AoEs. That's what I'm thinking. Very heavy AoEs, so she can't get stunned, and then she gets CR push. When suffering an attack that targets all allies, has 75% chance to activate Guardian Angel. And I'm assuming this is going to be 100% chance once you fully skill enhance. So of course you're going to have to do that. Guardian Angel dispels one debuff. So she cleanses, like a partial cleanse, and then gives everybody skill nullifier. So she could potentially get pushed all the way up to the front, cleanse, and then give everybody skill nullifier. If you have her, I guess, fast enough. But if there are 3 other units on your team and you're getting AoE'd, that's what, like a 30%-ish CR push. So let's see. So up against the Cerise, yeah, she gets that CR push. Cleanses only the slow, and then she puts the skill nullifier. But I guess the thing is, what if there's unbuffable like Iseria? Does Iseria put unbuffable and then attack break? So then she would cleanse the unbuffable and leave the attack break on? Or is it the other way around? I don't know, I gotta go back in and check. But that could be potentially something that stops the skill null, right? And so here, on the next turn, they won't take any damage. So it's giving everybody some type of survivability. And that's what you want to look for in a mage unit. You know, what kind of support do they bring to the team? And so her skill 3, Judgment of Angels, it's a 5-turn cooldown, dispels 2 debuffs from all enemies with Holy Light before a 70% chance to make them unable to be buffed for 2 turns, and silencing for 1 turn. So you're going to have to get this to 100% chance by max skill enhance. So right away, she's going to be a very high investment unit just because of the 70% chance on her S2 and her S3. So you're going to need those all the way skill enhanced, but you get unable to be buffed and silence. And she has a strip on her S3, but it is a 5-turn cooldown. So I don't know. And it's a partial strip, right? It's not a full strip. She only removes 2 buffs, but that's pretty strong. And it's also a non-attack skill, right? Because it doesn't attack the enemy, or does it attack the enemy? I didn't see them take any damage. So Politis is another unit, again, that can counter this Angel of Light Angelica. So Ritualistic Touch, her S1, 50% chance to silence when the target is silenced, decreases combat readiness by 25%. So 50% chance up to 60, 75% chance to silence, and then pushes them back. You can increase the effect chance to 100% by soul burning. And you know, I don't know about her kit. It's a very high investment kit right away. So if you want to use her, does she look good? She does look pretty good. But she's going to require a lot of Molagora. And I don't know whether or not I would bring her over any other unit. She is more of like a counter to AoE, right? Counter to AoE, like the Cerise is kind of nice because she'll do a partial cleanse to the entire team, get pushed up. She can go with her S3, strip, unbuffable, and silence. So there you go. So that's pretty strong. The unbuffable is really strong and the silence is really strong. But you have to remember that it's only a 70% chance, I believe, with the S3. So it's a 70% chance unless you max Mola, right? And that, it's tough, right? It's tough because if you really want to use her effectively, you're going to have to go all in on her. And that's one of the things with units that I try to look for, as a free to play, what units require the least amount of investment that can actually be usable. Not that she doesn't look good, but again, she is going to require a lot of investment to make her work really, really well. But I guess we'll see. We'll see how people decide to play her and see what things they can come up with. And just keep in mind, she is a 4-star unit. So she's going to be an ML 4-star unit. And I believe they showed that she's going to be dropping with ML Spez. So Specimen says along in his Mystic rotation. So I never recommend pulling a ML 4-star on a Mystic banner, or pulling for an ML 4-star on a Mystic banner. Just because Specimen says might not be a unit that you really want, and then you have the potential of resetting your pity, which can be a bad time, because then that's going to take you even longer to get whatever Mystic Mystic banner unit that you want. So it's always better to kind of save. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think about summertime Iseria? Are you going to be pulling for her? I know a lot of people are going to pull for her for waifu reasons. I'm definitely pulling for her. Are you pulling for multiple copies though? That is the question. Are you pulling multiple copies? Are you going to go for Angel of Light Angelica? How many dupes of regular Angelica do you have in your inbox? I think I have at least 8 in my inbox ready for whenever it is that I pull her. But let me know in the comment section your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns. Like always, if you happen to enjoy the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.